Hello friends, how are you? So I hope you all are doing great. Let's continue with our discussion on process costing. Process costing. So before we start, what you have to do is you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you get all the notifications in time, right? As soon as the lectures are being uploaded almost on daily basis. So it is better to have the notifications as soon as the lecture is uploaded. You can plan that when to watch the lecture, right? Plan your studies accordingly, plan your time accordingly. So it is always beneficial. And the most important thing, you have to share with maximum people, share on all the platforms, right? That is very, very important. Okay, so what we have covered in the process costing now. The first we discussed about the basics of process costing, then we discussed about the preparation of process accounts, right? And in the last lecture we discussed about normal loss in the process account, that what should be the treatment of normal loss, what will be the treatment of normal loss in process costing. And we discussed that there are three treatments for normal loss: if it is in the form of weight loss, if it is in the form of a scrap having a realizable value, and the last one was if it is in toxic nature requiring disposal cost, right? So this is what we discussed about the normal loss. Now in this lecture what we are going to discuss is, we are going to discuss something about abnormal loss. Abnormal loss, right? Another important topic, that how the abnormal loss should be treated, right? Now listen to it very carefully. Again we'll take the same example, that you want to be a chartered accountant. Now if you want to be a chartered accountant, you have to pass through different processes. What is that process? The first is foundation, right? The next process is inter. After that the next process is your training. Then the next process is CA final exams. After that you will be a chartered accountant, right? So these are the various processes through which you have to pass through. At each process you will have to incur some expenditure, right? Every process will have some expenditure, and if you are doing some expenditure at every process, that means you will gain something out of this process. Obviously sir, you are doing some expenditure to gain something out of it, right? That means you will gain something out of it. What you will gain out of it here? So from foundation to inter, from inter to final, what you will gain here? You will gain knowledge, right? That means the knowledge that you have gained at the CA inter level, knowledge of costing that you are going to gain at the CA intermediate level, that will become your base for the CA final. It will be transferred to the next process. The output of one process becomes the input of next process. This is what we studied. Now in the last lecture we discussed about the normal loss. Normal loss means that, say after a gap of 1 year you are studying the costing from inter to final, and you forget some of the concepts. That is a general human nature, right? We will definitely forget some of the concepts, sir. There is no doubt in this thing. It is a normal human nature. Now let's talk about abnormal loss. What is abnormal loss? Normal loss is something which is anticipated in advance, which we know that it will happen, right? Abnormal loss is something which is not expected, something which is not anticipated, right? It happened out of an event which was not expected. Clear? Now what happened? Due to some reason, due to some event, at interlevel you studied standard costing, right? Then at final level you have studied standard costing. You will study standard costing. Now what happened? Due to some uncertain event, you forgot everything what you studied at inter, right? Due to any event, due to some uncertain event which was not expected in the life is full of uncertainties, right? Due to some uncertain event, what happened? Sir, you forgot everything. you forgot everything what you studied in the CA Inter, right? You don't remember even a single thing. Now this is not a normal human nature to forget everything. Even if you are going to study after 1 year, you will remember some of the things, right? If you have studied it in the right way, right? So we are not considering that event that you didn't you left the chapter, you didn't study. No, that is not the situation. You studied it in the right way at the CA Inter, but due to some uncertain event in the life, what happened, you forgot everything what you studied at the Inter level, right? That is due to an unexpected event. This is not a general human nature. The normal human nature says we'll forget some things, we'll forget something, but not everything. But here I am saying you forgot everything what you have studied, right? So this event is called as abnormal loss, right? So this is my abnormal loss. That is a situation out of an unexpected event, right? Open your books at page 11.3. Handbooks at page 11.3. Read about abnormal loss. Abnormal loss is the loss in excess of predetermined loss, right? Normal loss is what we predetermined. We expected, we knew that it will happen, right? Abnormal loss occurs due to the avoidable reasons. The reasons could have been avoided had we taken the care, right? And cannot be anticipated, but it was not expected that this thing will happen, right? For example, the carelessness of the workers, a bad plant design, etc. Clear? Now the thing is, sir, how to treat the abnormal loss in process costing? This is the big question now, that what is the treatment of abnormal loss in process costing? Now listen to it very carefully. What we will do is we'll go to the question part. What we will do is we'll take question number 2 only that we discussed in the last lecture about the normal loss. We are going to use that question only, right? And what we are going to assume now, we will assume, what we are going to assume is, assume in question number 2 that actual output, rest everything is going to remain the same, actual output is 920 kg, right? The question says the actual output is 950 kg, but now I say that we have to assume that the actual output is 950 kg. So you can write it down in your notebooks, right? That assume in question number 2 that actual output is 920 kg and not 950 kg. Now you have to prepare the process account, right? Now you have to prepare the process account. Let's see. Now we are going to prepare the process accounts. I have already made the formats here, right? That will save some time, sir. So we are doing question number 2. Process account. Here we'll write particulars, units, rate, amount, particulars, units, rate and amount. Right, sir? Now the question says, what is the input? What is your input, sir? What is your input of material? So you will write 2 raw material. How many units? 1000 units at the rate of rupees 12,000. Right? And you are given other expenses. That is 7,000. So the total cost is 9,000. And what you are given, normal loss, by normal loss 50 units with no scrap value, right? Now he says the number of units that we have transferred to the next process, is 920. We don't know the value. Now by this time, by the last lecture, what we have been doing is 19,000, this whole cost will be borne by 920 units. But here, sir, what is the problem? The problem here is you have input 1000 units, but the output is still 970 units. Sir, where are the remaining 30 units? Where are the remaining 30 units? 50 units is the normal loss, 920 we have transferred to the next process. Then where are the remaining 30 units? You have to give the account of those 30 units, na? Right? We can't say that those 30 units evaporated in the air, then that is a normal loss. Right? So you have to account for those 30 units. So those 30 units is nothing but your abnormal loss. So what you will write is, you will write by abnormal loss 30 units. Now sir, the real problem now here is, sir, we have to find out the two values. One is the value of this abnormal loss and the other one is the next process. Sir, why there is a need for the value of abnormal loss? When we are not taking the value of normal loss, then we will say that abnormal loss is loss, right? The good units will bear the cost, we won't take the value. That is not the case. Why? Sir, normal loss was expected. Right? It was expected. So the good units already carried the money with them. Remember the example in the last lecture? They were already expecting that one friend will not make the payment. It is his every time nature that he will not be bringing the money. So they were carrying some extra money. Right? Now what is abnormal loss? Abnormal loss was not expected. The other three friends were not expecting that the fourth friend will not bring the money. So they were not carrying the extra money. Right? So abnormal loss is something which was not anticipated, and this abnormal loss is directly going to impact your profits. Remember one line I told you, that any kind of abnormal loss in the whole costing, you will take it to the costing profit and loss account. Why? Because this abnormal loss is directly going to impact your profits. Right? It will reduce your profits. This cost will not be met by the good units. This cost will directly reduce your profits. It will directly impact your P&L account. Okay. So that means we will have to record the values. Now sir, there is a problem. Now we can't take the balancing figure. Earlier in the last lecture what we did, 19,000 balancing figure transfer to next process. Simple sir, no issues. Now what will happen in this case? How you will calculate the value of abnormal loss and the value of the goods which are being transferred to the next process? Now this is the case. In this case what we do is, we calculate cost per unit of normal output. Cost per unit of normal output. So this is what we have to calculate. How it is calculated, listen to it very carefully. We'll take the total cost. Total cost, sir, how you are going to get the total cost? That will be calculated from the debit side. Right? We are going to get the total cost minus, we will subtract if we get any scrap value of normal loss. If we get some scrap value here, we will subtract it. Why sir? Because it will reduce my cost. That scrap value is going to reduce my cost. So what I will do is total cost minus the scrap value of normal loss divided by normal output. Normal output means the total input minus the normal loss out of that input. That will become my normal output. Normally I would have been getting 950 units, right? 1000 minus the normal loss. So in this case my total cost will be 19,000, right? My scrap value is 0, I'm not getting anything out of it, divided by total input is 1000 units minus normal loss, that is 50 units. So he says normally if there was no abnormal loss you would have received 950 units. Right? So what is the cost per unit of those 950 units? 20 rupees. Rupees 20. So this is the price at which we are going to book our abnormal loss, and this is the price at which we are going to transfer our finished goods to the next process, right? So we'll write, so what we are going to write here, we'll write 20 rupees here and 20 rupees here, right? 600 and 18,400. Now what you have got is 1000 units, right? 19,000 and here 19,000. Clear, sir? Any doubts up till this point? I hope everything is clear. So this is how you have to treat the abnormal loss. That means, now read it from the book. Again, come to page 12.3. Read the treatment of units of abnormal loss in the process account. Read the first line. The units of abnormal loss along with its value computed on the basis of cost per unit of normal output should be credited to process account. This is what we did, right? Its value is 600 rupees. It is computed on the basis of the cost per unit of normal output, that is 20 rupees, and it is credited to the process account. Any doubts? This is what is written, right? This is what is written. Any doubts in this thing, sir? Clear? Now, I told you in the last to last lecture, when we were discussing about the process accounts, I told you that I will be making the abnormal loss account when we are going to discuss about the abnormal loss. Now, sir, what is going to be the treatment of this abnormal loss? Just remember one thing, sir, 600 is not the scrap value of that abnormal loss, right? It is the value which we have lost. It is not the scrap value that we are receiving, right? It is the value that we have lost. Clear? And the remaining value we are transferring it to the next process. Now this is basically our loss. This 600 is basically our loss, nothing, right? Now if I ask you to prepare abnormal loss account, what you will do? Let's prepare the abnormal loss account, sir. I'll prepare abnormal loss account, right? Now, how you have to prepare the abnormal loss account? Particulars, units, rate and amount. Particulars, units, rate and amount. So the first entry will be that you have receive this abnormal loss from a particular process account. So you will write to process account. How many units? 30 units at the rate of 20 rupees. So 600 rupees. This is what you have booked in the process account. Now, as I told you that this abnormal loss will be transferred to costing profit and loss account by costing P&L account, right? 30 units, 20 rupees is the rate and 600. This is how you will prepare the abnormal loss account. Clear, sir? Any doubts in this thing? Up till this, everything is clear? I hope everything is clear, right? Now, just listen to it very carefully. In the question, you might be given the scrap value. You say there is an abnormal loss, but abnormal loss of material. We sell that material in the market, we get something out of it, some scrap value we have received out of it. What will happen in that case, right? If you are getting some scrap value out of the abnormal loss, it will not impact this value. It is not going to impact the value in the process account because it is the total loss that we have incurred, right? It is not the scrap value. It is the total loss that we have incurred, right? So if we are receiving something as a scrap out of the abnormal loss account, say 200 rupees you have received, right? You are getting 200 rupees as the scrap value. So what will be the treatment of that scrap? First thing, it is not going to impact your process account because in the process account we are booking the total loss. Sir, will it impact the abnormal loss account? Yes, it will impact your normal loss account. Say you received 10 rupees as the scrap value, 10 rupees per unit as the scrap value. In that case, what will be the treatment? In that case, what will be the treatment? Sir, whatever is the scrap value that you are receiving, you will say by bank, by cash or by bank. 30 units, 10 rupees is the scrap value that you are receiving. So that means 300 rupees you will receive in cash or in the bank, right? So this is what? This is your scrap value. And the remaining value is 300 rupees, that is 10 rupees per unit, that will be transferred to costing P&L account by costing profit and loss account. The remaining units, 30 units, the remaining 10 rupees, 300 rupees will be transferred to costing P&L account. Clear? Here you will have no need to do the total of units, right? Otherwise you will write 60 units. No need to do the total of this. Are you getting the point? So if you say there is a scrap value out of the abnormal loss, this is how you have to treat the scrap value. You will write by bank, 30 units, 10 rupees is the rate, 300 is the amount. Okay. And by costing P&L, the remaining amount will be transferred to costing profit and loss account, right? Now, again, come to the handbooks, page 12.3. Abnormal loss. If there is some sale of scrap or the disposal cost incurred for the abnormal loss, then the sale of scrap. Now, okay, another point, if you have to incur the disposal cost, then what will happen? Sir, this is the third case now. If you have to incur some disposal cost, then what will happen, sir? In case there is some disposal cost, you will write here to disposal cost, right? Say 200 rupees, and on the costing P&L side you will transfer 800 rupees and you can calculate the rate. It will be an inflated rate, right? So here 800, here 800. Clear? Any doubts? Now, read it from the book. If there is some sale of scrap or disposal cost incurred for abnormal loss units, then the sale of scrap should be credited to which account? Abnormal loss account, and not the process cost account. Process account, okay? So you have to be very careful here that in case there is some scrap value that we are realizing from the abnormal loss, it should be credited to the abnormal loss account and not the process account. Should be credited to abnormal loss account, and disposal cost should be charged to abnormal loss account. Okay, the balancing figure of abnormal loss account will be charged to costing profit and loss account. Simple. Clear? Any doubts up till this point? I hope the abnormal loss part is clear. Right, sir? Now, next we are going to talk about abnormal gain. Abnormal gain. All those who want to buy the handbooks, they can get it from our website, that is www.ksjteaching.org, right? And we'll be teaching a lot of things from the handbooks now. Very good questions are there, and I will tell you one of the process costing questions which came in July 21 exams. It was from our book only. It was nowhere in the study mat, it was nowhere in the PM, it was nowhere in the previous year question, it was nowhere in the RTPs, right? So that one question was there, similar question was there in our book. So all those who had our books, they were able to attempt that question, right? So obviously these books are for your benefit only. All those who want to take that benefit, they can buy it from the website, right? There is a small investment which is going to give you a huge rewards in future. Obviously, sir, without investment, can you get the rewards? Some people say, sir, give the books free of cost, right? Give the books free of cost. Tomorrow you are going to be the professionals. Ask yourself, are you going to provide all your services free of cost to your clients? If you are ready to give me in writing that I will be providing all my services free of cost, absolutely free of cost, I will not earn even a single penny out of my profession, I'll give you books, right? Okay, now come to the abnormal gain thing. What is an abnormal gain? Sir, abnormal loss is a loss which was not anticipated. Similarly, the gain which was not anticipated, right? What is abnormal gain? Gain which was not anticipated, which was not anticipated. Let's say you are a manufacturer, right? You are manufacturing t-shirts, and you have your raw material as cloth. You have your raw material and as cloth. You send this cloth on a process that is known as cutting process. And for the quantity that you have input of cloth in the process cutting, you have estimated after everything, after normal loss and everything, number of pieces that you will get. You anticipated that it will be 10 pieces. But what happened after the process? After the process, after this cutting was complete, the actual number of pieces, actual pieces was 11. Now this is something which you were not anticipating because it never happened in the past. So you were not anticipating, but something happened. The cloth was of that quality, or it was more or less, whatever happened. It was a refined process now. You had a new machinery. Whatever happened, the actual pieces were 11. Now this is your abnormal gain. This is your abnormal gain, right? The gain, something which you were not anticipating. So read from page 12.3. Abnormal gain: if the actual output is more than the normal output, or the actual loss is less than the normal loss, then the abnormal gain is said to have occurred. Okay. Now, how to treat this abnormal gain in the process account? This is what we have to see now. Okay, again we'll see this question number 2 only. We will assume now that the actual input is 960 kg. Right, we'll assume that the actual output is 960 kg. Let's see. We'll say assume in question number 2, assume in question number 2 that actual output is 960 kg, right? So now how you are going to prepare the process account in this case? So we'll be preparing the process account particulars. We'll make the format units, rate, amount, particulars, units, rate and amount. Right, sir? Now let's start with the solution. First is you will input the material to material 1000 units at the rate of 12 rupees, so 12,000, to other expenses which are given in the question, to other expenses which are 7,000 rupees. Any doubts? And there is a normal loss, I'll say by normal loss 50 units with no scrap value, right? 50 units with no scrap value. And then what we will get is normal loss, and the next process, the units transferred to next process are 960 units. What is the rate at which we are going to take? Let's see. Now the input units were 1000, but the output units are 1010. So 10 units extra are there, but we have to balance the units. That means if your output is more than the input, there is an abnormal gain in that. So what you will write here? You will write here 2 abnormal gain. 2 abnormal gain. How many units? 10 units. Now I can write 110. Now again there is a problem. Sir, what is the problem? The problem here is now you have to find out the two values again. One is abnormal gain value, and the another one is the value at which you will transfer the goods to the next process, right? So you need to find out the two values now, this value and this value, right? Sir, why there is a need to find out the abnormal gain value? Again, the logic remains the same, that it was not anticipated. It is something which will directly impact your profits. It will increase your profits. There was no provision already for this, right? Because abnormal gain was something which we were not expecting, not anticipated. So this is going to impact your profits directly. It will increase your profit. So we have to record this, right? So what will be the value? Again, the value will be computed on the same lines, that is the cost per unit of normal output. Cost per unit of normal output. What is the total cost? The total cost you will get it from the debit side, but you will say, sir, we have the abnormal gain now on the debit side also, but we don't know the value. Sir, abnormal gain is not your cost. What we are saying, what is the total cost that you have incurred? That means you don't have to take this value. It is not your cost, sir, right? So total cost remains 12,000 material and 7,000 other expenses. Total cost will remain 19,000. Minus the scrap value of the normal loss. Is there any scrap value? No, sir. Divided by normal input units 1000 minus normal loss 50 units. So this will give rupees 20 as my cost per unit of normal output. Do not take 110 here, right? Here we'll take total input minus the normal loss, right, sir? So what you will write here is 20 rupees, 200, and here also 20 rupees, 19,200, right? So here 19,200 and here 19,200. Any doubts? Right, sir? So this is how you have to treat the abnormal gain in the process account. Now, if there is, you are asked to prepare the abnormal gain account, what will happen, sir? Abnormal gain account. This abnormal gain will directly impact your profits. This is what I told you, right? Particulars, units, rate, amount, right? I'm not writing the whole one now. Particulars, unit, rate and amount. Now what will you write here, sir? Sir, from the process account you will transfer the abnormal gain here. So you will write by process account, right? 10 units at the rate of 20 rupees, 200. Now this whole is your gain, which will be transferred to your costing profit and loss account. Costing profit and loss account, right? 10 units at the rate of 20, 200, right? 200, 200. Clear, sir? So this is your abnormal gain account in case you are asked to prepare. Right? So we have discussed about abnormal loss also, and we have discussed about the abnormal gain also. Any doubts up till this point? I hope this is clear. So we'll end this lecture here only. After this discussion on abnormal loss and abnormal gain, so what you have to do is you have to read from the concept book, you have to read till page 12.3 till abnormal gain, right? After that, there are small topics before we move on to the process inventories. There are small topics you can see at the end of page 12.3 and at the beginning of page 12.4. There are small topics that we have to discuss, and one practical problem that we have to discuss. We'll do it in the next lecture, right? So see you guys in the next lecture. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, keep studying, keep sharing. Thank you so much.